So last week we were talking about the leaf, and we learned about how the leaf makes food for the plant. And the leaves need water in order to make food for the plant. So where does the water come from that the leaves need to make food for the entire plant? It is absorbed through the roots. You could say that a plant eats with its head and drinks with its feet. The plant has leaves, stems, and roots. The roots are in the soil. The root is the part of the plant that draws in the water and the minerals so that the plant can make its own food. Well, how does this process work? So here we can see that this plant was growing underground. The roots suck up the water from the ground. Now, because roots have to find water, they have a special sensitivity. Wherever there is water in the ground, the roots of a plant will seek it out because of this sensitivity to water. So, we can see that over time, this plant's roots have grown towards the stream, grown into the stream, because they've figured out that the water is here, so they can just grow right here, and then they don't have to travel anymore seeking out water. We have another example of this with this picture. This is a water pipe or a sewer pipe that has been cut in half. And you can see that these plant roots have grown completely inside the pipe, completely blocking the pipe, because they have the special sensitivity to water, and they grew right into it. They grew right into the source. Similarly, if you've ever been on your street, and if you have a sidewalk on your street or a sidewalk on any street, sometimes you'll see that parts of the sidewalk are lifted up from tree roots, and that is because the tree roots are growing towards the water that's in the sewers underneath the streets. So the main function of the root is to seek out water. Roots work to seek water. They are drawn to it and they grow toward it. Another thing that roots help do is that they help drain water from the soil. In places where there is a lot of water, but not a lot of plants, the land can be very wet and swampy. So if you have maybe a low place in your yard, or have been somewhere before where there is a lot of water, like if it rains really hard, and there's a lot of water but not a lot of plants, the ground stays really wet because there aren't plant roots to absorb that moisture, and to kind of take the water away from the dirt, so it just stays really muddy and kind of gross. So your follow-up work is on Google Classroom. There are 2 other videos on there which are interesting, and they talk a little bit more about how exactly roots know where to grow toward water, and how they seek it out, which is really interesting. Tomorrow we will be talking about the parts of the root. So I will see you in our next lesson, and bye for now. Oh, I remembered one more thing I wanted to say. The second video has a really cool experiment you can do, where you put seeds in between 2 wet paper towels and put them in a Ziploc bag, and you change the direction, like you change the direction of the plastic bag, to see how that affects which way the roots grow. So that's in the second video, which I believe is called like Change the Direction of Roots with Gravity. So that is an experiment you can do, and the details are in that video. All right, bye for real now.